This is for the mom who's noticed gapping in your core or your abdomen, you notice doming, you feel weak, disconnected. Maybe you complain about having like a shelf or overhang from your belly. We're talking about ab separation today. And I think one of the biggest misconceptions, and so often we focus on closing the gap, which is important, but what's even more important is the core function, like your ability to use your core and for those muscles to work. And the missing piece that so many moms forget about is the connection to the pelvic floor. And so we are going to do just a quick exercise segment for how to overcome diastasis recti or ab separation, how to have a stronger core in connection with your pelvic floor. And if you need more help or support, I'll have other resources available to you. One thing you're gonna need is like a ball, like a squishy ball. This one's on its like last leg here, or like a pillow so you can push down into. But aside from that, you don't need anything else but you. This is just going to be like a quick 8-minute-ish workout for you. You might have kids running around and doing all types of things, that's okay. What we're gonna start with is a side plank tap. So what we wanna focus on is breathing out, tightening your core, and then lifting up. So I want you to start with your knees on the ground to begin with. And breathe out, tighten that core, and then lift yourself up. Okay, so do it with me. I wanna make sure you're breathing out as you lift up so we can have that true core contraction. You're not holding your breath. When we do single-sided activity like this, we're not putting too much stress or strain through the core, through the abdomen, and it doesn't create that doming effect that you've seen. If you don't know what I mean, it's like that dome where it kind of protrudes right in the middle, and that's something we want to avoid. We want to make sure you're feeling strong and comfortable without that. So we're just going to do these ones, breathing out. So inhale, exhale, and then lift up. Okay, I know planks aren't anybody's favorite, I get it. There's so many other ways that we can focus on our core without having to do planks, but for today we're going to do this one, and we're going to focus on the one-sided. Okay, that's it. You're gonna switch and go to the other side. You're gonna be doing the same thing. Knees are on the ground. I want you to focus on the breathing out and tightening that core. As you're tightening that core, I want you to think about lifting your pelvic floor at the same time. This is where it gets really tricky because you're thinking about the breathing, your core, and your pelvic floor. So breathe out, the core and the pelvic floor. Okay, so it's like everything's pulling nice and up. Breathe out. Tighten, core, and the pelvic floor is lifting. We want them to work together. Your pelvic floor makes up the bottom part of your core. And so if your core is weak, your pelvic floor is taking over all of that responsibility. So we want to combine, make sure they're both working together. We want to combine the strength so that way they are both working together so you don't have pain, leaking, and so you can help fix that ab separation. So you can help with the belly that feels like it hangs, like where you have a shelf. Okay, we want to work really deep into the core, not just superficial. So getting the pelvic floor involved is really helpful to have that happen. Again, breathing out as you're coming up. Great. Last one. Okay, this one's gonna be pretty darn easy. We're going back to like basic. So you're just laying on the ground. I want you to breathe out, tighten the core, slide the heel, and come right back up. We're gonna do one leg and then the other. This is something that we can start like almost immediately postpartum, right? Just working on that connection. If heel slides are really easy, what you can do is you can do straight leg raises. Make sure the low back, see how I'm kind of like arching, my core isn't engaged. You want to tighten that core or breathe out and then lift up. Okay? If you see that your belly is like doming, coning, you got that little, you want to stop doing that and modify. Okay, so those are two different options you can do right now. The more difficult one is that straight leg raise. The other way is just heel slides. Sliding out and sliding back in. I love doing this heel slides for early postpartum. Okay, so if you're early in postpartum and this is your first time kind of getting things, doing anything with your core, this would be a nice gentle one to start with. Okay, just nice and easy. There are 2 programs that I have created specifically for postpartum moms. Last one here, we're gonna switch to the other side. Specifically for postpartum moms, one is it's a total body but it starts 1 to 2 weeks postpartum, and it helps heal, reconnect, and then rebuild strength. And that's the Postpartum Momma Recovery Reset. That is one that's 8 weeks. It starts with just 7 minutes a day. Ready? We're gonna do the other side here. Either your heel slides or your straight leg raises. So it's 7 minutes a day, about 4 days a week. Just real gentle ways to reconnect with your body, to establish that good core coordination and pelvic floor. Everything is healing. Your body, so often we just jump right into exercises, but your body doesn't have that connection to the core or the pelvic floor, and then it makes it really hard to do these exercises correctly, even if you feel like you are. So we really need to emphasize the reconnecting with the body, just starting gradually and then building up. So that's the point of the Postpartum Momma Recovery Reset. After that one, or if you've already started some exercises, you're already feeling a lot better, there's 6 weeks to reclaim your core, which is specific to just like core strengthening, hips, glutes, because our core isn't just our abs. It's not just our abdominals, it's our hip flexors, it's even some back, glutes, and so we want to make sure everything's strong and working together. Last one. So that's another one if you want something that's focused, and that one is only 6 weeks long. It also starts very gradual and will build up. We're gonna do lifting up here, okay? So it's lifting the leg, adductor lifts, but then I want you pushing down into the ball as you do it. So you're breathing out, lifting and pushing. Breathing out, push and lift. My balls seen better days. You can even use like a pillow if you don't have anything, you can fold that up. Breathe out and lift up. So we're really focusing on that core. We're trying to close that gap, which again is why we're doing like one-sided things. We're not putting too much stress through your abdomen by doing like sit-ups or full planks or even like dead bugs and things like that. Those are gonna be too much for you potentially right now. We need to develop that connection of your core and your pelvic floor and make sure you can actually correctly like use the core. I had a mom recently who was a collegiate athlete actually. We've always worked out, loves working out, thought she was very strong, but then she quickly learned that she had never actually been using her core the right way. Relax, you're gonna switch and do the other side. And this is something that commonly happens. It's just like so often we don't breathe the right way. And when we learn how to just do simple movements like breathe and use our core, it makes it so much easier to just get through life, right? We work out to be able to lift our children, to be able to do the other side, get started, breathe out and lift up, right? Breathe out and lift up. We work out to be able to feel good in our bodies, feel strong, to keep up with our children, to play with our children or show our children up, right? Like when they get older and they're playing, we want to be able to do it with them and show them that we can do it too. And so part of that is taking care of you. And sometimes it takes you years to find the time, to find the energy, to find the motivation. Sometimes it's immediate, but it takes time to kind of get back to feeling a lot like you. It takes time to get back to being more comfortable in this body that gave birth to children. And that sometimes we just need the permission to just do it and to focus on us. So I'm really proud that you're here, that you're working on yourself, even if you have kids climbing all over you, even if you woke up before the children, maybe you're doing it after they went to bed, you've had a long day. No matter when you're getting this done and when you're doing this, I'm truly, truly proud of you. I really know how hard this is to be able to take the time for you, okay? That is it for this one. If you're struggling with having the core connection, with having the pelvic floor connection, with being able to coordinate the two, and you're just wanting more information on how to like self-assess and diagnose your ab separation, both of those programs that I mentioned, the Postpartum Recovery Reset and the 6 weeks to reclaim your core, they have that diastasis, recti, self-assessment in there, a tracker in there. We talk significantly about how to be able to engage your core, how to breathe correctly. We break it down into steps throughout, and it just gradually introduces you into these programs. So if you are newly postpartum, you want something total body, I would start with Postpartum Momma Recovery Reset. If you've been doing stuff and you just want to really focus on your core and get that connection, 6 weeks to reclaim your core is a great spot. If you're like, I want them both, they both come together for a discounted price in the core and pelvic floor recovery collection, okay? I'll put all the links down below so you can take a look at them, or you can always head to my website and they're listed there. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them down below. Make sure you hit subscribe. Shoot me an email, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I love interacting and hearing how you're doing and how I can best support you. And I'm so proud of you. Like, I know that sounds so cliche, but I'm so proud of you for showing up, doing this, and taking control of what's the next